Oh yeah, guys, check this out. Inside of the new Project XJ's engine bay is looking real clean. Amazing what a little spray paint can do to it. Wow, looking real good. Looking real good. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Dan H and welcome to the project. I'm here with the new Jeep Cherokee XJ project. It's a 1999 with no engine. It will have a 4.0. As soon as I'm done finishing it up, the project has not had a name yet, but look how great it looks with just a little spritz from a paint can. So yeah, what the heck? While the engine is out, just flop all the stuff and wires out of the way, give this thing a good cleaning, and you could hit it with the paint can. I'll give you a little hint. The Rust-Oleum color, it looks just like the PX8 Jeep color. Actually, half of the RecJ is painted in Rust-Oleum, and it matches pretty darn good with PX8 paint code. So, little secret that I told you guys. I mean, look at that, that's awesome. This is only semi-gloss black, and it's great for engine bays. I like the semi-gloss inside. Of course, if I'm gonna paint a body panel, I'll use the gloss and match it, but PX8 and Rust-Oleum, they're like the same. All right, here we go, guys. We're starting to piece this thing together. This is my first new part. I got a high pressure power steering line. This is gonna go right in here. Let me grab a tripod and I'll install this one for you. All right, guys, whenever you're putting on a new line, you want to make sure you install the little O-rings that come with it. We got little green O-rings, and the high pressure line goes right over here, closer to the middle. This is the out of the pump. This side is the in. The high pressure line is gonna go up here, and it's gonna go to the top of the power steering pump. This is the return line that goes from the back of the plastic right down here. I'm just gonna hand thread that, set it aside. If you want a visual, here's the toad. We got the high pressure side to the center, which goes up through here, and it comes all the way up and around, goes in through there. And the low pressure side is, there it is, it's on the outer part, and it goes down and then up into the back of here. And I think I have a bad reservoir here on the toad because it is leaking. All right, now we're gonna move on to the motor mounts. We're gonna do the driver's side one here. These were already partially removed for me. We got one nut right here that threads on from the bottom. We'll save that one. And now this guy here, this guy was stuck on, so I had to just go ahead and cut that off. See, what happens is this little nut was welded to the frame, but you know, it breaks off if it's welded solid with rust. So I just chopped that off. It's all good. We're gonna take off the old one. Look at that. That's bad news. The new ones we got, these were included with the Jeep. So thank you, previous owner. This is the same size threads. That's basically a factory replica. So we're gonna go ahead and put this bad boy right in place like that. Lines up perfectly, factory style. Look at that, nice new motor mount. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reuse the factory nut for this. Go ahead and thread that on there. And I have factory Jeep bolts laying around. Got a whole bucket of them. So I'm gonna put this guy through the frame, and I'm gonna get underneath with the nut that came with it. So I'm just gonna hand thread on the 15mm nut down here. There we go. And if you're wondering, the threads for these guys, it's an M10 by 1.5. And we'll go ahead and zip on the bottom one. And we'll go ahead and zip on this one as well. Nice. There we have it. Motor mount, baby. I'll just slide in our motor mount bolt so I don't lose it. Put the nut on the other end. We'll call that one good. Right, I'm just going to do the same thing for that one over there. Oh no, what do we got here? Looks like a sick turkey. What's the matter, turkey? You got hit by a car, buddy? Oh, I got a little damage on you. Oh, poor little thing. Maybe we'll name it Project Turkey. Turkey vulture. What are you, guy? Poor little guy. Have yourself a good day now. Come on back, you hear? Well, there's something you don't see every day. A wild turkey. So, how about Project Wild Turkey? I don't know. Here's some other names that are in contention. This is from you guys, so let's enjoy this. Here we go. Project Stormy. Squirrel Girl, because it looked like a squirrel was living in it. Also looked like a mouse was living in it, so Mousy. We got Black Diamond and the Rough, of course. We got Final Destination, because the Tow Dolly took this thing on its final destination. Toe Jam, because we towed this thing here, and I'm jammed up with the wife, you know, another Jeep in the yard. Black and Tan, classic solid name. Delicious beer. Black Widow, obviously. Camouflage, that's clever. Going off on the camel color interior. The Ugly Duckling. And last but not least, Doghouse. Doghausen. So those are the names in contention. I'm liking Toe Jam right now because we towed it home and I'm jammed up with the wife. Doghouse, and the Doghouse, and Wild Turkey, of course. So those are my top three. Let's keep voting on it. We'll narrow it down. And yeah, so let's look at some other stuff, new stuff that I got for this Jeep. All right, so new high pressure power steering line. We got the motor mounts in. Check out what I got. I got the rad grommets, radiator grommets. We had one, but I got another one from my buddy Rob. Thank you, Rob. I'll show you what else I got from Rob. Ooh, we got a parts pile stacking up. It's gonna be a good scrap day. Coming to the back, here we go. Check out the new rear bumper we got from Rob also. Thank you, my man. We're gonna have to sand it and hit it with some paint. And speaking of paint, check out the Jeep that we got this bumper off of. Look at this parts car, guys. Some red, some primer, but it gets better. Oh yeah, purple under the hood with these beautiful gold hinges. How about that? Ooh, we even have a gold fan. Very tasteful. Give this a good sanding and a painting. That'll come out great. Doesn't look great now, but it will. Trust me. And let's see. We're going to go ahead today, and we're going to take off this intake right now. And I'll show you the intake we're putting on. We got a nice black painted horseshoe intake from Eric over there at D&E in the garage. Love those guys. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. It looks great. This is gonna sit on the engine. It's like the heart of the Jeep, maybe. Project Blackheart. There's another name in the running. Oh yeah. And I touched these up. The other half of the motor mounts. These go on the engine. And yeah, let's work on getting the old intake out. This is gonna look great. Thank you so much, Eric. It really shined up nice. All right, let's go ahead and take off this intake and exhaust manifold. We got a bunch of bolts all the way up in there. There we go. Rusty, crusty, and hidden down there. They come up through the top. Now these bolts, they both hold the intake and the exhaust together with these nice little cupped little washers. Don't lose those. You need that cupping to hold this in tight. I like to use the old 14 millimeter on a socket with a bunch of extensions. A swivel socket, that comes in handy. You also might want to use a universal if you have it. One that has some spring action. That is definitely nice to have. And of course, a ratcheting socket wrench. These are great for this thing. Again, much easier to take this off outside of the engine where you have access. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I like to start on the bottom first when I'm removing it, because the top ones will hold everything together. So I could crawl up under there on the bottom, take the bottom ones out without the top falling on me. So we'll do that first, and I like to do that also when I install it. I'll hold them in with the top ones, and then I'll get to the bottom ones. It's easier that way. You'll learn the hard way sometimes, you know. When these fall on your head, not pretty. All right, here we go. A bunch of extensions. This one is straightforward on the bottom. Just getting to the ones I can see first. This comes right off. Well, too loose could be a problem, but they should only be torqued to about 30-something foot-pounds. These are not supposed to break your wrists here. So that's easy. We'll go ahead and get it out by hand. Oh, never mind. Came right out. There we go, there's one. All right, I only got 2 more on the bottom inside. These are coming out really nice. It's great access. You know what? I'm probably remembering my struggles with a 2000, 2001 with the stupid cats here. Those are terrible. This is coming out nice and easy. Oh, 99s and older. Fantastic. All right, this is so easy. I'm going to do this off camera. You guys don't need to see this. I'm sure you guys are pros by now. All right, the bottom 4 are out. We just have to do the outside bottom ones, which are easy to get to. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top. And these guys, geez, on 99s, they're not the E-Torx bit, but 2000, 2001s, I do believe these dowels have Torx bits on them. Or maybe they're just snapped off. I don't know. The outside ones are special. I know they get torqued down a little harder, I think. Yeah, I think they're a little harder. Do you know why? Because they don't share aluminum. These could go a little harder right into the iron or steel or whatever that is. Yeah, this might be broken off Torx bits. Doesn't matter. We got a nice bolt and nut, and it's gonna work beautifully. There we go. Check it out, guys. Not bad at all. Nice and easy. Let's look at these bolts here. All right, we got a little rust buildup. No big deal. These are actually in great shape. I'm going to clean these up and reuse them. Now, a lot of them start to rust and corrode right around the top here. So if you have any damage in yours, you will want to replace them and not reuse them. These are pretty darn good. So that is sweet. Did I miss one? Why is this still on? Maybe it's being held in place by the dowels. Should come right off. Let me get the tripod before I break something. There, take it. There we go. It is off. All right, look at that, guys. We got the exhaust manifold still resting on these dowels. This will slide off nice. We're gonna have to go and grind off these old broken studs. We'll drill it and then we'll weld in new studs, and this will be good as new. We'll set this aside. Now look at this, guys. These are the dowels that you could use to line up the intake. These are steel. They're inserted into the iron, and man, it fused to the aluminum. Look at that. Weird stuff, guys. So this, well, it's not necessarily garbage. It's not the end of the world that this snapped off. Oh man, this is on there. But we got that beautiful horseshoe from Eric, so we don't need this. I'll probably just clean up the intake, and I'll swap everything over. And yeah, that'll be good. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, oh, we could take off this gasket. Oh, no, we can't. That dowel's still there. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and I'll hit it with some paint, make it nice and purty. Get out of here. All right, check her out. Wire brushed this whole thing really good on a wire wheel. Then I went ahead and I blasted out all these valves, the intake and exhaust ports, blasted them with some compressed air. You want to make sure it's clean. I don't want any steel wheel or steel wire wheel bristles getting in here and jamming up my valves. Then I went ahead and stuck some WD-40 on a straw can in there, and I soaked the valves nice and good I want to keep them well lubed when they're exposed to the air. I don't want anything rusting up on me. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some tape over these valves where the valve cover goes. I want to keep my mating surface nice and fresh and clean. Then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of paint, just a little bit now. All right, if you want a good taping trick, just get your tape up over your main spots here, and if it protrudes past the the contour lines, that's fine. You're gonna take a little razor blade, right, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna rub the edge of the razor blade right along these contour lines like that, and watch what happens. You end up with a really nice close tape line. So I'm gonna do that for the whole thing. I'm gonna use 2 hands so I get it right, but you get the idea. Look at that, nice little taping trick. Tape job is complete, easy peasy. Gonna hit it with some semi-gloss Rust-Oleum. It's good stuff, guys, I'm telling you. And yeah, I'm gonna blast a little paint up here. Oop, don't want to get that on there. Don't want any tape debris ruining my paint job. But here we go, just gonna dust some paint in here because nobody wants to pay top dollar for a rusty looking Jeep. So there you go. It's not rocket science here, guys. I'm not trying to do a perfect paint job. I just don't want it to rust. I want to make sure this paint sticks where I apply it. So you prep it, and then you paint it. Hope for the best. Not going to last forever, but it'll make it look really nice for the next owner. And that's what I want. I want to do a great job. I don't want to break the bank, but I don't want to sell crap. I don't want to put crap out there. So there we go. It's going to look great. Nice little dusting. I don't mind getting the valve cover. I'm going to put a nice valve cover on when it's painted, and I do the valve cover gasket. So there we go. I call that good. Not too bad. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up and let this dry. Rust-Oleum. Go figure. Makes a project look great. That and Corona. But yeah, so, well, I can't really work on it with wet paint, so I'm just going to wrap this video up, let this thing dry, and then we'll head back tomorrow, I guess. We'll try to do the intake. Maybe I'll do the balancer over here. Got to get the balancer. And I got to weld on new bolts to that exhaust. So, yeah, that's going to do it. I'll wrap this up. So, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you want Project Wild Turkey, Project Toe Jam, Project Doghousing. So those are my top 3 right now. I don't know. Hit me up. Could be anything. Talk about it in the comments. Talk amongst yourselves. So, all right, guys. I'm out of here. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next project. Peace. Sometimes I can't help myself. Oh man, that is gonna look great. Oh yeah, baby.